Hi guys, why does J.D. Vance hate Europe? So the US Vice President, when asked about the European Union or the UK, continues to unjustifiably criticise and lie about it. Europeans over the last few years have been pointing to Russia as its greatest threat, be it an actual terrorist attack on British soil or attempts to destroy democracy in European countries. But Vance wants us to dismiss that and instead be angry about immigration, which is a tad ironic, which I'll get to in just a moment.
I actually think it's a pro-Europe speech. We love Europe. We love European people. Of course, it's so important culturally in the world. And also, America came from Europe fundamentally. Yeah. But we have to appreciate that the greatest threat to Europe is not, China or Russia. The greatest threat to Europe is from within. It's migration policies that destroy the fundamental cultural bedrock of Europe. Yeah. It's economic policies that make them less competitive. It's national security policies. I mean, these guys, on the one hand, their leadership I'm talking about, say that Russia is the biggest threat in the entire world. Meanwhile, they buy billions and billions of dollars of Russian gas, and they spend 1% of their GDP on defense, while we're spending 3 or 4% of our GDP. The rhetoric in Europe just doesn't match the reality.
And then they act like Russia.
They
start throwing away people they don't like.
And they start trying to throw presidential candidates and political leaders off the ballot. Look, that is not good. It's not good for Europe. It's not good for the United States of America. We want our friends to share our values, and the Europeans, they are absolutely 100% our friends. But that relationship, we're just saying, it's going to get stressed and it's going to get tested if they keep on trying to throw opposition leaders in jail and they stop respecting their own borders. Because here's the thing. If Europe disrespects its own borders, if you have, a Syrian national with terrorist ties who gets into Germany, we know that doesn't stop in Germany. Eventually, people start to make their way all across the world. National borders are in the interest of everybody, certainly of Europe and the United States.
Okay, let me get to the ironic bit first, and then I'll respond to the other rubbish. Okay, so the ironic part is, of course, he's married to the daughter of immigrants. His parents-in-law are from India. They migrated from India a number of years ago. So this guy is complaining about immigration when he's actually, his parents-in-law are immigrants. Now, I don't have a problem with that, but it seems Republicans and J.D. Vance has a problem with that. Now, look, when he talks about Russia, Russia has been damaging democracy in Europe. It has undermined governments in the European Union and the UK as well. So it is a threat. Now, he doesn't seem to think it's a threat, and he thinks that the threat is actually an internal one, and that we should copy American values. Well, American values at the moment are to deny people due process, to arrest them on the street and ship them off to El Salvador, to an El Salvadorian gulag. Those are American values at the moment. He's talking about democracy when his leader, his boss, convinced people to attack the Capitol building because he didn't like the result of the election. And now he's criticizing European countries for protecting their democracies. The irony is off the scale here. These people don't care about Europe. They're trying to strong-arm the European Union. They're trying to strong-arm Britain into, at the end of the day, accepting low-quality goods and being told what to do. This is the whole point of the tariffs. It's not about rebalancing trade or anything like that. It's about, you need to take our products, or you need to accept our conditions. We're not going to increase our standards for example, when it comes to food. You have to lower your standards because we're in charge now. We're the boss. We're the mafia boss. That's what they want to do. This is their entire approach. And they'll use whatever rhetorical tools possible. We shouldn't be concerned about Russia. Does this guy know what he's talking about? Either he doesn't, or he simply doesn't care. And I don't know which is worse.